Hello and welcome. I'm Paterno Esmakel and this is our 6 p.m. wrap. The remains of three people who could be the biological parents of presidential candidate Grace Poe are exhumed from their graves. Poe's spokesman Rex Gatchalian says the relatives of the dead give permission because they, quote, want to know the truth once and for all. The tests will determine if Victoria Rodriguez is Poe's biological mother and if either Paquito or Francisco Montañez is her biological father. The three are buried in the Buena Vista Cemetery in Guimaras. A positive DNA test result would prove that Poe is a natural-born Filipino and is qualified to run for the country's top post in the 2016 elections. The Philippines says it's set to join a China-led bank seen to rival the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank. This comes as the Philippines and China remain locked in a dispute over the South China Sea. In a statement, Finance Secretary Cesar Purisima says the Philippines will join the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank or AIIB before the end of 2015 as a founding member. Purisima says the AIIB will help boost the Philippine economy. The AIIB aims to finance infrastructure development in Asia, even as critics expressed concern about its standards. Its rivals have a long history of partnership with the Philippines. The World Bank is led by the US, while the ADB was set up by Japan. Philippine government revenue from sin tax continues to rise in 2015. The Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR says taxes from sales of cigarettes and alcohol rise by almost 26% from January to November, amounting to 123.6 billion pesos or $2.6 billion. The sin tax was implemented in 2012 to discourage vices and increase potential revenue that will help fund the government's universal health care program. United States defense officials say an ISIS commander linked to the Paris attacks mastermind died in Syria. Sharaf al-Muwadan was killed in an airstrike on December 24. Officials add al-Muwadan was planning more attacks against the West before the assault. Twitter says it's taking new steps to curb abusive behavior and hateful conduct on its platform. This comes as social networks face pressure from the US and other governments following attacks in Paris and California linked to ISIS supporters. Twitter's Director for Online Trust and Safety, Megan Christina, says they're updating Twitter's rules to clarify what they consider abusive behavior and hateful conduct. The new rules say Twitter users, quote, may not make threats of violence or promote violence, including threatening or promoting terrorism, and may not incite or engage in the targeted abuse or harassment of others. That's your 6 p.m. wrap. Watch our updates daily at 12 noon and 6 p.m. I'm Paterno Esmakel. Remember, tomorrow begins today.